Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna make these very kind of like low-key-ish. I know some of you might not think they're low-key, but to me they're low-key compared to some of the ones I've got coming up, guys. Little like pinky purpley nails today. So we're going to do some marbling, we've got some stripy nail art design, we've got very tiny little amounts of stamping, nothing too crazy, and it's also nothing that you can't just actually draw yourself. We've only got like some stars and a palm tree, so they're kind of things some people might know how to do. So if you don't have stamping or don't have that exact image, you can replace it or literally hand do it. We got some glitter and we've got some, of course, crystals. We've got a mad crystal placement. I love crystals, so that's included today. As you saw at the beginning of the video, I showed you guys the colors that I'm using. So all together, it looks like we've got about 4 colors. We've got like 2 different shades of purple. We've got a pink, and we also have like a nudie background shade. I believe I'm using Moonchild. I've been into Moonchild recently. You all know I'm constantly picking up food coma. But just this past weekend, I don't know what it was. I just kept looking at food coma and going, oh, that's a bit of me today. And I've been using it. So the next couple of videos have food coma, not food coma, sorry, Moonchild in the as the like nude shade of the nail. So with the nails so far, we've got 2 nude nails applied. We've got 1 fully pinky nail. Now I'm working on my marble. Right now it looks wild, but it's the technique to get like literally the most coolest marble look ever. You are so in control, and I love that. I love being in control, and doing this just, it's actually quite fun too, and quite therapeutic, to be honest. So as you can see, the gist is just grab yourself a brush, dip it in the color you want, swirl it around your nail until you are happy, and just keep changing the colors. So I was trying to be quite efficient and just start with my first, so I applied quite a lot. Then I went in with the pink, and then lastly I went in with the purple, which is what we're doing right now. And I'm just swirling it around, and it's just creating a really nice marble. My usual technique would be, you know, swirling the gel polishes together on a plate or whatever I've got going on, like a little... Actually, what I've got right now is the back of a stamping plate. But whatever you would, you know, obviously usually use, and then swirl it, pick it up with a marble brush, and then not marble brush, an ombre brush, and then it's kind of swoosh it over your nail. But this technique is so much better. I'm so happy I've started using it. I knew of this technique for a while now, but I just thought, oh, there's no way this could be any better than what I've already like do. But oh, it is way better. So definitely check it out. Now we're on to our 5th nail, and this one is going to be our stripy nail, and I left that one till last because that one's just going to take the longest. So the rest of them are curing right now, and as you can see, I'm leaving gaps because in the original little prototype I done, I was kind of curing in between every single layer that I did. But as you can see, this nail has a lot of stripes and a lot of, you know, colors and everything going on, and I just kept having to wipe my brush, put it in the lamp, wait 30 seconds, and just kind of constantly repeat that process, and it was taking a long time. So here is my way to be efficient. So because I've already got my prototype, I can just see which colors go where, so I know, you know, roughly how thick of the lines I want them, and then which color goes next. So I'm leaving the gaps in between because another color would go there, and I don't want to be putting colors next to each other because I'm not popping it into the lamp, and if I was to place colors next to each other, they would bleed into one another because this process takes a little while, and it would have become a mess. So now that that's cured, I can now go in and do the in-between shades. So the color coordination, I guess, is light purple at the top, then a pink, then a dark purple, and so on. You're constantly repeating that in your stripes. When it comes to stripes, if you're someone who kind of gets worried about doing straight lines, if you're doing it from right to left, they're so much easier than doing it from top to bottom. So I would definitely start off with doing side to sides first before you crack on with the top to bottom, just because if you think about it, the distance between the right to the left is not as long as, you know, from the top to the bottom. So top to the bottom, you've got a lot of pressure on your back to get it straight, but since you're doing it from side to side, there isn't that much, you know, length between one to another, so you kind of have less worry to get it wrong, if that makes sense. So here's the nail done off camera. Everything's going to get 2 layers, and then this nail here is going to have a sugared nail. It kind of feels like forever since I've done one, but I feel like I say that sometimes, but it probably hasn't been. I used to do these kind of nails all the time. They were kind of my favorite. I love some fine glitter. So I've got this holographic looking fine pink glitter, and it's got these rainbows in there, and it's just pinky, and it's just so beautiful. And so I thought I will sprinkle it on top of this nail. So we've got one sparkly sugared nail to add to our design today. That nail is now fully done. We will not be touching that. And also that full covered marble nail is also fully done. We'll just top coat it later. Now onto our nude nail. So for this one, I'm using the pink to create my smile line. And we're going to do a marbled French tip. So maybe at first thought, and you're thinking, oh, how would I do that? It's actually very simple. As long as you get your smile line, you don't need to obviously do it first try. You can just wipe it until you get it how you want it. And then just do the exact same technique as we did with the full covered marble nail look. Just swirl the colours in. And again, because you're in control of where you're placing all the gels, where you're swirling and everything, you're able to just keep it within the French tip area that you want it to stay there. Before, again, when I did the ombre brush method, I just felt like I wasn't in control. The marble didn't always look the way I wanted it to look. And I kind of had a messy French tip look that I had to clean up a lot, and this way it's, as you can see, staying pretty clean. I'm staying in my little parameters that I've created myself, and everything looks good, and I could keep swirling until I am happy with the way it looks. If there's an area I don't feel like has enough purple or pink or lilac or whatever, you know, is missing, I can just add it in, and yeah, no pressure basically. Just keep going until you're happy with your final results. Now onto our stamping. Like I said, very little stamping going on. This plate, I feel like I've maybe used it once or twice, but this is a Trolls plate number 4 from Moyu London. And it's got stars, and it's got some cute little little images that I wanted to include. So it had 2 different sizes of stars, so I thought I'll include that on the French tip nail. I have to admit, having those stars stamped in the center of the nail was a challenge, I have to admit, but I've got them down. So you've got a large one at the top and a smaller one below. Then they've got the palm trees in like a little triangular looking diamond thing, so I kind of like the look of that, especially since we're like in summer and stuff, so I wanted to include a little touch of summer. So I placed that down the center, and then I'm going to do 2 stars at the top and then 2 at the bottom. So I'm starting off with a larger one at the top and then a smaller one just below, and then so on again below the palm tree again. I am using acetone to clean my plate. I'm using Born Pretty stamping polish, and the stamper is also Born Pretty. And the scraper is Moyu, actually. And then I'm using a lint remover, rollers. I get mine from IKEA, and they're like the best to clean up your jelly stamper whenever you pick up something you didn't really want. So that'll be the end of our stamping. That's all that we need to do here. I'm just going to clean everything away, put it away, and then we can start working on our crystals, because at this stage pretty much we're almost done. So it's a very simple design, but the crystals, I just love the placement. And I probably repeat these quite often, but they're just so pretty, and you can just switch them up so many times and just change the crystals you're picking up, but like kind of sticking with the same placement, and you can really literally make it look different every single time, although it's pretty much the same. So as you saw, the first French tip nail just had like the 3 crystals down. Now this is the wild crystal nail. Usually I like a crystal nail to have an ombre, but now looking back, I was considering, but I'm kind of happy I didn't, because if it was a crystal nail, an ombre nail, I feel like there would just be too much pink going on, and that nude was kind of needed, I reckon. So I'm kind of placing everything down the center. As you can see, I've got all sorts of things going on. I've got some purple crystals. I've got some I never know what they're called. They're not really crystals because they're not crystal looking, but they're kind of like charmy purpley things, and I get those kind of ones off of AliExpress. And then the purple crystals are from Shein, and then the caviar beads I'm about to use are also from Shein. I think that's it from Shein, to be honest. Those caviar beads, at first when they came, I wasn't too happy. They're, as you can see, they're like matte silver, and I didn't really want that. I wanted it to be like shiny silver, is what I had anyways beforehand. But they're not that bad, actually. It's just kind of getting used to it, just because I had the other ones to hand. I was like, oh, I don't really like these, but they do the job, and they look pretty much just fine. Obviously slightly different, but it's absolutely fine. We're going to create the necklace look, so I'm just going to drag out some Rhinestone glue gel on the sides, and then just create a little necklace look with the caviar beads. A little bit fiddly here, but It does create such a cool effect. The rhinestone glue that I'm using today is from Macart, my all-time favorite. I've depotted it into my little black container there. So it usually comes in a squeezy tube, but I've kind of depotted it so that it's just easier for me to work with and use. And then once I'm happy and I've placed the caviar beads in between every single crystal I could probably think of and also create the necklace, I grab myself like a cuticle tool and I will start moving about the caviar beads to create like the perfect curve. You don't have to use this tool, you can use anything you want. I just find myself just being able to be more in control using this kind of tool. I'm able to really move the beads around and stuff. But once I'm happy, that would have gone into the lamp now, and now it's time to top coat. So I am using a Vanillisa matte top coat. I picked that up from Amazon and I'm very happy with it. I've kind of seen quite a lot of good things. I did use their top coats before, like a little while ago now, maybe a year, two, over probably 2 years now, guys. And I got mine from AliExpress at the time, but now the packaging is different. They're on Amazon and all sorts. So I thought I was running out of my Madame Glam at the time, so I did pick it up, and yeah, I'm pretty happy, quite satisfied. Again, I'll try and leave as many links in the description as I can for you guys, so check it out. Anything I've got, Amazon and all that stuff will be down there, along with any like discount codes and vouchers and all sorts of things will be down there, so definitely check it out. So I'm trying to be careful as much as I can around the crystals, just the usual, and now it's just time to top coat the last two, the marble and the palm tree nail. Once that's done, it'll go in for a nice long cure, and then I can show you guys the final results. I feel like these nails would look so cute as like press-ons. I might have to recreate them in like a different colour or something, but they're so cute, see? But here are the final results. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!